Hello guys, and welcome to the final part of this grand adventure. As part of the final episode, I've got a very special guest, the founder, creator, and overall boss of Snowball Media. Sir Smokey, say hello.
He's got me in the basement, help! Send help!
So,
carry on.
As part of this final episode, I am joined by Sir Smokey, and we're just gonna do a little interview, just a bit about Snowball Media, his company,
24S,
and 24S, the big convoy that I'm incredibly interested in, and then later on we might go into a few personal ones.
6 inches.
It's the size of his forehead.
Ha 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 ha!
I don't know why it's so busy all of a sudden. I mean, it's like a Wednesday, it's a Tuesday afternoon, and there should not be trucks about us.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Oh yeah, it's Wednesday, isn't it? So, let's get right into this. Let's start off with the first question: Is where did Snowball Media start? Where did you kind of first think, I want to start a company, I want to be on Euro Truck Simulator 2, I want to kind of start this whole big thing?
It sort of appeared out of nowhere, in all honesty. It wasn't really planned. We saw, me and a good friend of mine, Corinne, were at a couple of events back in like late 2014, or November, October. And we noticed that there was no real distinctive media teams. It was sort of, everyone was depending on internal members to do stuff, and they weren't exactly the best at it. And we weren't interested in joining communities, but we liked working with them. So we thought, why not start up a media team such as like Snowball, or at the time Frozen Fire Virtual Photography, or whatever it was called. Which back in its day, it was a strictly Truckers MP based company that went to convoys and stuff and took photographs and published them, and that rinse and repeat. Very simple premise.
Hence the name photography in Frozen Fire Photography.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it called Snowball Media? Where did that come from?
Well, as I said, originally the name was Frozen Fire Virtual blah blah, but due to some events that transpired in 2016, we decided it was time for a little bit of a rebrand, and we was bouncing ideas of each other, the team at the time. There was like 4 or 5 of us at this point, and the name Snowball just sort of appeared and it seemed to fit. And then we realised that Snowball is actually a sort of a metaphor. The longer the ball rolls, the bigger it gets. Hence why we chose that name.
And you're Sir Smokey. Like, what's smoke got to do with Snowball? That's almost like a kind of, they're opposites.
That's strictly because of 24S stat. Actually, that is as a result of that fundraiser. Because obviously we hosted, 2019 will be our fourth one that we've hosted. And back in the previous 3 that we've done, they were hosted for a charity called Smoky Paws, who provide pet oxygen masks for animals across the United Kingdom to fight through fire service. And I sort of became quite influenced by that and decided to change my name from Frozen Fire, which was at the time, to Sir Smokey, just to become a bit more mature. So it's nothing really Snowball related at all, and why it doesn't fit with it at all when it's a complete contrast, but oh well.
So this year you've been you're partnered with the TASC, the Ambulance Support Charity. Why this?
24S is partnered with the Ambulance Staff Charity for a number of reasons. One, because we decided to drop Smoky Paws for a number of reasons, because obviously it seems suddenly change charity without any real notice or anything. But there was a few reasons that which I'm not going to disclose. But we chose it because, there was a huge part of my early life back in, the Ambulance Benevolent Fund was, who are now part of TASC, as it's also known as. And back in 2014, May 23rd to be exact, I suffered a house fire, and as a result of their generosity of donating about $2,000, I think, something like that, to us to help us get back on our feet, I am where I am now. So this is me sort of giving back to those guys.
Wow. I cannot imagine the terror of going to bed one night or going to bed at all, and then the next morning or something, you're waking up and my house is demolished, like going to bed for the last time in that very house, and then waking up to absolute hell, mayhem and chaos.
That wasn't quite how it happened. I was actually in a history exam, and I got dragged aside at the end of it by one of my teaching assistants, and was told, "Yeah, we need a word with you." And I'm thinking, "Oh shit, what have I done?" And then I'm told that, and they said, "Yeah, you need to get home immediately." So I wasn't even there. It happened after I'd left, which was interesting.
Was the house demolished to the ground, or was there
No.
salvageable?
Yeah, the frame was fine, but it was just a case of, like, you know, all the plastering was shot, the electrics downstairs needed to be replaced, that sort of thing. But I mean, the house was okay structurally. A bit of burning on the beams, but nothing too, you know, nothing too fatal.
So, what was this? What was the first 24S like?
Well, it's sort of the case with anything that's the first time. It was a bit of a mess. You know, at the time, I'd set out for some reason to be the first event that didn't use convoy control, and it went as well as could be expected. It actually went better than I thought, but when you've got 80, 90 people and there's nobody to guide them, that's just asking for trouble. Yeah. And sure enough, it did. But it went a bit better than we thought, to be fair. Especially on a public server. We didn't have a private server for this event either. Yeah, it was enjoyable. It was the first of an era, you know. So exciting.
If you weren't doing SBM or Snowball Media, or if you weren't doing this whole kind of online charity convoys, and if SBM didn't exist, if you didn't think of that, or you'd forgotten about it, what would you be doing?
I really don't know. Probably just buying and selling cars for a living, to be honest. That seems to be the other thing I'm good at. I doubt I'd be doing my video editing. I probably wouldn't have taken an interest in it if it wasn't for Snowball at all. So yeah, there's quite a lot would have changed, but I couldn't tell you what.
So we've talked about the past. Now, spill the beans. Is there anything you can tell on this video about the future of SBM? What's coming up? What can we look forward to?
Quite a lot's coming back actually. We've got, well, as a few of you have seen, we've got a new project car that we unveiled not too long ago, which we sort of just ended up with. I didn't plan to get that; it just sort of happened. We've also got Globetrotters, that little series we was working on. That's making a return, and we're looking for people for that. So if you want to take part in that, let me know. Comment in the video or something. I don't know. Say I like men, and I'll reply to you. Something like that. And there's a few other bits and bobs, but for now, early part of the year, it's always going to be focused on 24S because it's only like a month away. So it's what it is.
So Assetto Corsa Competizione is a very, very new game, and that's kind of blank pane related, kind of endurance racing related, and the other part of 24S is the Great Race or something. Will we see 24S join Assetto Corsa Competizione?
I'm not sure yet. It's long and short. I haven't thought about next year's fundraiser yet, but it might. But I've got access to the early access because I paid for it, obviously, and so far I am slightly disappointed with the sim because loads of textures are weird and the game doesn't really work. But it's an early access, so that's to be expected. But only 2 months away from release, I see a lot of empty promises and things not going to happen. So I mean, it's just sort of a case of we'll wait until June, July and see how the game is then and go from there. R-Factor 2 is a definite possibility though, so it's going to be either of the two. No more project cars. I know.
Come on, Slightly Mad Studios, up your game.
Up it, yeah. Killed twice in 2 different games by the same producers.
So, if in the future or ever, would you be an in real life truck driver? Does truck driving in real life tickle your fancy?
Not as a career, no. I hear the stress, but I would get my HGV license because I plan to make the truck I'm driving now and that become exist in the real world at some point.
That'd be cool.
As a real life project. That's just something I'm planning.
But
it's a little,
do you have the space? Is the big question.
That's the question. No, is the long and short. But no, it's a few years down the line yet.
So also linked to kind of trucking. How big do you think the Euro Truck Simulator 2 map can get, both in like countries and stuff, and in scale? Will we see it get larger than 132?
I doubt the scale will increase, but I mean, the largest the map can physically go is Europe. You know, it can't go into Asia or anywhere like that. They'd have to really rebrand the game to do that. Which, I mean, games have done before. Wreckfest, for example. You know, they did that. So, I mean, they could do it. But I Lucas are remodeling most of their map internally, so that's all that really.
Alright, we've got a border coming up, so let's try not to look too suspicious.
I have no immigrants. Quick lads, hide under the covers.
So you probably want my documents, don't you?
Actually, I can just drive straight through you, can't I? I'm going to break the rules of simulation a little bit and just go like that.
Oh, what the?
Hello. No collision zone.
Okay. How's you do?
Yeah, mate. You can see my head. That's all you can see. Calais. There we go. Off you go then. Get out of here.
They're just wondering what on earth is going on.
What's going on here? What is this voodoo witchcraft?
Please get out of me.
Please don't turn.
Do you get recognised in the street or on your truck simulator? Do you get recognised?
In the sim, I get recognised by people. Yeah, mainly down C2D road, which I don't go down too often. But sort of driving around here, you won't see anybody shout my name out. You know, I'm not some massive celebrity, and I don't get recognised in real life unless I know them, unless I know the people. So I'm no celebrity.
So it's sort of like sim only celebrity. Yeah, sim only celebrity. Kind of. They know your voice. They know your voice and they know your truck, but they don't know you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, oh, my recording just finished. Oh, well. But yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, when I'm at 24S, I get recognised like quite a lot. You know, obviously, it's kind of inevitable, and people recognise me for that. And then outside of it, I might get recognised, but nah, I'm not as popular as I once was. After you say.
Thank you.
So you've got the map, I haven't. So I'm just following you.
Yeah. I have had bad experiences with tolls like that. There's a Peugeot who had priority, and well, no, I think I had priority, and the Peugeot just shuffled into my lane. Excuse me, what the fuck?
Oh, perfect.
And I was like, maniac.
Maniac, yes, I like the reference there. Very good.
So, long time fans of this channel will know that I've been on the Calais to Duisberg road for quite a few times, more than once. When was your last time on it?
Earlier today. That wasn't fun.
And why do you think it's so bad? Like, where did it go so wrong?
I genuinely don't know. I mean, it's not bad. It's just a case of it became popular out of nowhere. I think it was just like loads of accidents started happening and it just started building up. I don't think anybody could give you a definitive answer. Not really. It just sort of happened because it used to be Europort that was the busy place, but it's not so busy anymore because of C2D road. And just one of them things you can't explain.
If SCS was to improve the Calais to Duisberg road, what do you think should be done, or what do you think they should do?
Well, they're going to base it on the real road, on the real version, so it'll just become what it is in real world. So if there's dual carriageways in it, then yeah. But if I had complete free reign, I'd say 2 completely separate lanes, motorway basically, just down the middle, boom. So you avoid half the mayhem you see.
Yeah.
Half of that, I don't know. I don't really do road architecture. Not really.
returning to the 24S questions, because I've been recommended to stick on the topic.
We shall.
Where are you as to kind of preparing everything?
Well, at the time of recording, we've got the we've got the promotional video mere hours away from being unveiled publicly. It's just waiting for the right time to release it, which will probably be tomorrow at the time of the recording, which is the 2nd of January.
3rd, because today's the 2nd.
Yeah, I meant at the time of recording.
Oh yeah.
I meant as in what time is now.
Yeah.
Mug. But yeah, so that's not far off done, and we're just getting all the little bits and pieces ready first before we start doing all the save prep. There's a lot to do, but there's also not a lot, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
The main marketing stuff is all done, just waiting to be posted at this point, which is pretty cool.
Oh, sneak through.
Super sneak.
I
didn't run through a red light. What are you on about?
When will the server be up? Oh yay, recruitment agency. When will the kind of server be up, and when will people first kind of filter in for the event itself?
Server, I don't know, because it seems to be very inconsistent. Before we had a week, last year we had a day. It's just what it is. So I mean, it could be any time really. I reckon probably a week or so before, if at all. And people joining, it'll be the morning of the event, won't it? But people always join and just sort of, treat it as like their own, like an EU5. But in terms of people arriving for the event, it'll probably be about an hour before we start, which is 11 o'clock. Well, 11 o'clock for the meetup, 12 for the start, I think.
And for the event, it's 23rd of February 2019, sorry.
2019, it wasn't 6 months ago.
So it was, so it is on the 23rd of February 2019. So put that date in your calendars, and make sure you mark off the Sunday as well. I think it's Sunday. So
yeah,
So
it starts at midday Saturday, finishes about 1 o'clock Sunday.
So mark off both Saturday and Sunday, because please be there. It's gonna be an absolute amazing event.
It's gearing up to be quite interesting,
and it's gonna be for a really, really good cause as well. And you get to see your favourite YouTuber.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
Almost.
Nearly. Yeah. Nearly.
Close enough.
You tried.
So we're coming up to St. Petersburg. So let's shift slightly away from kind of 24S.
Well, you didn't ask half the questions you got written down. To be fair.
Yeah, maybe. No, maybe I don't. I don't know where these went. Oh, hang on, they want us to slow down.
What?
This is the shrine.
Oh, it's that shrine I was on about. Yeah. It's a shrine to me.
The greatness.
The great meme himself.
What's your favourite motorsport?
Gonna be World Endurance Championship, to be honest. That's kind of obvious.
Any reason?
I just like the challenge of endurance racing. It's sprint racing is great and all, like rallycross. It's a test of speed, but endurance racing is a test of speed and just patience, skill, endurance, strategy. There's so much more to it.
Is that why you've picked? A 24-hour truck convoy as your event for this year?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's always been that. It's not the longest event in the world. You got H64, that sort of thing, or Simulation 64 as it's now called. And there's others, but ours is just a bit different. It's just testing how long you can last at doing one thing, pretty much.
So on the subject of H64, what separates 24S from like different convoys like H64 and all your other normal convoys that happen? What's different about this one? What's special about this one?
24S is just less professional. It's more entertaining. Like, I'm not saying that H64 are not boring, not by a long shot. Really organised events look spectacular, but it's entertaining from like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
Whereas we're entertaining from like, this is quite funny, gonna be honest.
Yeah. So.
And it just makes it a bit different. Yeah, and what sets it apart is just, you know, the lack of... It's still organised, and we're serious enough, you know, to get an event that goes from Finland to Finland, you know, going around the entire map. But we do it in a different sort of style. We do it more like a Top Gear style, where it's just sort of... Why be serious all the time when we can just take the mickey? That sort of thing.
So, can you tell some of the locations that we'll be visiting this year?
Oh crikey, it's been a while since I looked at the right route maps. We've got Helsinki, which we're starting at. We're going down to Italy, into France. We're going to dodge Germany a bit, because obviously with the map rework, we're going to try and avoid that until it's finished. We're going into England. Doing a tour of England. Not Scotland though, from what I remember. I could be wrong though. And yeah, we're going around the entire map basically, doing a lap of it.
Oh wow, that's cool. So sort of half what I've done, because I've kind of gone around the kind of top bit of each part of the map.
Yeah, we're going around the whole thing. 8,900 miles.
Very nice.
Quite a long way.
Okay, looking down at my thing, I've done 6,422 miles. And that's just, you know, I've got a random event, so...
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, just crush through the cones and stuff. So
yeah, mate.
I've done 6,400 miles, so even what I have done on the whole of this journey is still not what they've done on 24S.
No, and we've driven all the routes twice.
Yeah.
To test them in both directions and make sure everything is going to be fine.
Is there?
Sorry.
Yeah. Is there any? Sorry, continue.
Because I've forgotten that.
Okay, so is there any kind of exciting little snippet to like one-way systems or beautiful routes or dodgy roads or road closures?
We can't do road closures because we physically don't have the team members for that. I'm going to be honest. You know, to do that on like a busy route would be pretty interesting. But we are introducing city tours, where on each route you've got a couple of cities that we're going to go through. A couple of convoy control members will tell you some cool facts about where you are, and you know what relevance it has, some historical stuff, that sort of thing. And some of the roads we're going down, we've tried to go down some of the more challenging ones to, you know, really test people's skill and endurance and stuff, and to also just, you know, make it cool for media perspective. You know, YouTubers that want to film it and time lapse it. You know, you've got some stunning scenery at some points.
Yeah,
they are very pretty routes indeed.
I mean, that's sort of why I went through Germany, because when 24S was like kind of first announced and stuff, I didn't know if Germany would be finished or the Baltics. I didn't know any of that, if that would be finished or not. So I kind of went through there just to make sure that I wasn't missing out on anything. My predictions were right. You aren't exactly going through Germany, even though it's very, very pretty.
Oh, it's lovely, but it's a case of, you know, a week before the event itself, they could update something and change something. And we've got to read all our route maps, and we just don't fancy it. So we're going through a little bit of it, I think, from what I remember. I haven't looked at the route maps for a couple of weeks. But we've spent a long time on the route maps. So obviously, there's 10 routes, and we spent about 3 months planning the ones in the base map and Italy and all that. And then obviously through December, we've just done the Baltics ones.
Yeah.
And changed our start location and things like that. So all the routes are done, dusted, ready to go. We just got to publish them, and they're all very nice. You'll like them all.
They're very nice. I mean, I'm loving this. And are we going down this road? Can you?
I think so. I don't remember. I think we do. Check. If not, we go down roads very similar.
Very, very beautiful.
I know we go down a coastal road in Baltics where there's a nice little photo spot for you photographers out there.
This road is straighter than me, actually.
Oh, alright. Fair enough. Nice little gauge out there. I mean, where's the roundabouts at? That's what I want to say. Anyway, back on topic.
So, I've asked about motorsport. Your favourite is WEC, as you said. What do you think, in your opinion, what's the future of kind of motorsport in general? Like, where's it going?
I can see electric stuff becoming more and more dominant. You know, they've got
Formula E.
Formula E. I think they're bringing in some sort of Jaguar E-Pace electric series. I don't really pay much attention to it, but I know there's lots of like little electric-based events going on.
I think it's.
So I can see that becoming more dominant.
I think it's Jaguar I-Pace now because they've got the E-Pace. It's just the bog standard electric version, and then they make the I-Pace trophy or something.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Electric racing doesn't really interest me, you know, because part of the race for me is the sound. Yeah. Whilst it's very cool to have all these electric cars dressing about, and I am all for having electric cars, I just don't think it's really at a point where I'm interested in it yet. When an electric car enters WEC, then I'll be interested. But until then, I'm just going to respect it, but not be too interested. Yes, I hear there's some interesting things going on with World Endurance Championship. They're changing LMP1 for more like GT1 style.
Yeah, very nice.
I think something like that. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, I remember GT1 very vaguely, and that's just the long tail or something, long tail Porsche or something. They kept on flipping or whatnot.
That was the Mercedes. Yeah, they got air in one of the Le Mans. I think it was '99 Le Mans.
And
they took off on the Mulsanne straight and went off the track.
I want to say the Porsche as well. There was a Porsche as well.
I'm not sure about Porsche.
Paul Dunbrick or something. Might have been Mercedes.
He had the Toyota, which they really did get unfortunate. Yeah. Now still a banned, basically, because of their rotary engine in '91. Porsche, Mercedes, McLaren, that car's gorgeous. And a few others, I can't remember who. I think BMW were there. I'm not too sure though. And a few others. Yeah, it was just more interesting. You know, the cars were just very cool, and it was based solely on the engine as opposed to hybrid. Which I think they should either just go back to either an ICE engine or just electric, but make it last longer. Like, you know, do a few thousand miles on one charge, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because that could be interesting. Because the electric cars would be heavier and a little bit slower, but they don't really need to come in for fuel because you know. It could be interesting. It's just they just got to develop technology for it, but it could be quite interesting. Anyway, next question.
Next question is an opinion question.
Oh no.
What are your thoughts on my YouTube channel? If you've seen any of the content, like
I've not watched a lot. I'll be honest. I've not time to use with 24S, but from what I've seen, it's definitely a refreshing take on some things. You know. Yeah. Sort of like Squirrel with his tours of you know the map. You know, you've done these big like 10-part series. Yeah, it's just interesting. I like it. It's definitely different.
Interestingly, I didn't plan this whatsoever, but there are now. I think this is either the 11th or 10th part, but the series is a 10-part series, and there are 10 routes to 24S. So
thinking emoji.
This is pretty.
I think we do come down here. I remember this bit. I'll have to check the route maps there. Yeah, this is pretty. This, I like this.
Pretty.
Yes.
So, question.
So, what was did I answer the opinion question, or have you not asked that yet?
You said you didn't watch too much, but you think it's a fresh.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I've only watched the part series. I've not really watched any of the others, but yeah, it's different. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, that's fine. That's exactly what I've said. Just.
I don't know. Anyway. So, any more 24S related questions?
Sort of. Like, if someone wanted to go kind of out and then would do what you do, like by running a company or kind of fixing cars, or just be you, as in running a company or running 24S or running cars or just, you know, general stuff that you do. How would they go about it? How do they do it?
A lot of patience. It's running a media community is one thing, but then running a charity event which is really popular on top of that is a few grey hairs that appeared, I've noticed lately, which is you just need to be patient with things, because not everything's going to go to plan. You know, it's like the Globetrotters series we was planning. It fell through because of lack of time from many people's parts, and we just got it wrong. What we didn't work, so we're going to go back to the drawing board with it. But I mean, just don't try and set the world on fire.
Yeah.
At the door. I mean, I tried to do that, but I had a reason. To be fair, like I found a loophole or a gap in a market, and I went for it. But if you're saying starting a trucking company, make it simple, and then build up a base of people, and then go from there. And with media groups, you just produce good content consistently, and people come in.
We've got company.
Oh, hello. What is he doing?
Random event?
Mug?
Random event, maybe?
Thinking emoji.
So, I don't know if I've asked this before, but like, say someone picks up Euro Truck Simulator 2 for the first time, discovers multiplayer, and then sort of discovers 24S. Why should they take part? I mean, they're thinking. I swear this is only for professional people. Why is 24S so kind of diverse, and why can anyone take part?
It's a case of it's a mass public event on a simulator that wasn't really designed to do it. And as a result, it's just something a bit different. You're not going to see a massive 200 truck convoy on single player. That doesn't happen. It's just something a bit different. There are events that do it better, but 24S is just enjoyable. It's a time to make new friends and chat with fellow sim enthusiasts and put the world to rights, that sort of thing. I mean, it's just a bit more different. It's like Christmas. It's not really, but it's just a once a year thing. It doesn't happen very often if you follow specifically one event, and it's just different. It's something to mark on the calendar and look forward to. I do anyway.
If you're wondering why I went all over the road there, I was trying to get a little nice shot of that big building there.
I was wondering.
You were definitely wondering.
But yeah, so 24S is just different, It's not something that happens every day,
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of charity events, sure, but I mean, they don't happen as often as people think, and the good ones, which I'd like to say 24S is. I mean, obviously, I don't know. I'd like to say it's one of the better ones. They don't happen very often at all. It's just it's nice to hang out with your buddies in some virtual world and follow a bunch of knobheads, trying to organise a shit show.
Yeah,
it's just something different, and especially with 24S's sort of weird humour that it has. It's very childish.
Yeah.
And at the same time quite professional. It's
so almost like the Grand Tour or ex Top Gear. It's kind of professional because it's a car show, but we need to exit. So it's a car show. It's a professional car show, but the presenters are kind of childish. They are very, very. I don't know what the word is, but they have very, very silly kind of humour, like very simple, very simple kind of.
Simple, yeah. It's sort of, if you look through my Twitch clips, you'll see people clipping just random crap we say. It's just like we make jokes and have a laugh, and it's not all professional, simple. Well, this is what we're going to do. We have a laugh, we chat about things when things are going smoothly. It's just entertaining. It's quite simple. It's just a bit different.
I do like this bridge though. This bridge is very pretty.
This is pretty nice. Yeah, I like this. I can get behind that. Yeah, next question.
What languages do you speak? Not exactly 24S related, but what languages do you speak?
I only speak English, but I do type and read Swedish.
Are you interested, or would you like to learn Swedish by tongue?
Yeah, I've been trying to, but it's just something you need a lot of time to do. It's just different. You know, learning a language takes time, and it's just time I don't have right now with 24S going on.
One question I do have. Oh, bye. One question. Hang on. Are you stalling or? I don't know. It's going very, very slowly. Something's happened.
You back?
Oh. I'm still on.
Oh, hello. You're in front of me. So you did drop out for a moment.
Oh, did I? You dropped out?
You dropped out. No, it wasn't me.
Ah. How peculiar. I totally lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you buggered off from Discord as well, and you disappeared, and I was still on the server.
Oh,
You reconnected.
very odd.
Internet's just a bit shit, mate.
You what, mate?
What? Anyway, questions. Where were we? I don't remember.
Languages spoken.
Yeah, English I speak. It's the only language I speak fluently. And Swedish I type because obviously with some of the people I do work for.
Oh my word! We've got something on fire. Oh my word! Holy
shit!
I know you.
I'm gonna drive straight through it.
I know you can't see that, but oh my word! Well, that's quite something.
I pretend to agree. Oh wow! Look at that. That's nasty. That.
Right, back into the left lane.
Nasty.
Back into the left lane. There we go. Wow, that was really good. This is beautiful with the sunset. Wow.
Oh yeah, there was something on fire. This reminds me of Birmingham. Nice sunset and something's on fire somewhere.
Yes. So yes, that was my question. Where did the inspiration for Tigger and the other trucks come from?
Again, they just sort of appeared. You know, this truck was just made for a laugh. The next thing we know, we all started really liking it and using it for Snowball stuff.
Yeah.
Then over time, it just developed a little nickname. You know.
Yeah.
5 years old. Had it since 2013. It's done quite a few miles at this point. But it's chugging along, and there's no need to change it. So.
Do you have a mileometer? Does it say how many miles you have?
Well, right now it says 199,000,
Wow.
but that's because it keeps resetting every million.
Every million?
So,
So you've done...
It's done about 4 million.
4 million?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy.
Someone needs to get Doug DeMiro on Eurotruck.
Yeah, mate. Quirks and features of an old Volvo. There you go. Wow, he's really looked after it. If only you'd known I've thrown it off cliff faces and everything else.
This is the new...
Yeah, this is the new Volvo FH, and I'm going to show you why it's a bit of a tank. It just throws a hammer at it.
Yeah. Your lane is ending. So
I can see that.
Oh, I wonder what that is. That looks like a football stadium of some kind.
Well, it's a massive brothel. I'll come back later, lads. Don't worry.
And the other trucks attending or kind of managing, because you're not just going to have your little Skodas, you're going to have some managing trucks as well.
Yes.
The other ones from Tigger are?
Well, the Tigger truck that you see behind you, the Volvo, that's me and me alone. Much like the Scania is for Jim and Jim alone. They're sort of mascots for 24S, if you like. But we've got the event control trucks. We've got 2. There's a blue one and a pink one, to sort of put it into simple terms.
Oh, very nice.
One will be driven by the marshals, and one will be driven by the convoy control, which the convoy control are the people that sit at junctions and block them and go this way, you dickheads.
Okay.
Whereas the marshals, along with the cars, will go driving up and down the event on the wrong side and make sure there's nothing going on. Because obviously with this being a convoy and a collision-based server, things do happen.
So the server, will there be people kind of driving freely across Europe, or will it be kind of only where you are?
Well, because it's a public server, there's going to be people free roaming, but the rules will strictly state that they need to be at the event only, or they can go elsewhere. But you're inevitably going to have a few people just roaming. You know, it happens to every event because people don't really understand, especially Russians. No, not being racist. It is mainly Russians we find. They're just sort of doing their own thing.
You realise we are going through Russia, so just be careful.
Yeah, it's alright.
Vlad,
Right, my boys. How you doing?
Vlad will be angry.
Nah. Yeah, I mean, there's inevitably going to be free roamers. It's just going to happen. You know, there's nothing we can do about it. You know, the admins will kick them when they see them, but obviously you can't keep having them on that, and then they miss the important part of the event, which is, you know, the event itself, and somebody ruins it. You know, if they're free roaming the opposite side of the map to us, I don't really care.
Yeah. What's the most interesting trailer you've seen kind of on Eurotruck? Because obviously there's mods on like single player, but like multiplayer, what's the most interesting trailer you've seen?
It's probably going to be one of Killian's, because he's always messing about with them. He's got like cows on flatbeds, that sort of thing.
Oh wow. So
yeah, it's pretty funny. It's like there's a roundabout in Russia somewhere. I don't know if we're going to go past it or not. But it's got 3 cows on it. So they're model.
Oh
yeah, they're like mascots or something for somewhere, and they're all different colours, and like pink, greens, and blues and shit. I don't remember. And what David Killian did was he put those cows on one of the flatbed trailers. You know, the ones the iron pipes go on.
Oh yeah.
I've seen that. It gives me nightmares, man. It's just these cows staring at you. So that's probably the most interesting trailer I've seen. It's not an official mod, but it's just a hybrid trailer. It's pretty funny.
So does that kind of beat yachts and these big trailers and stuff like that?
Oh, in terms of legit trailers, I think it's got to be the train.
Yeah.
But in terms of trailers of any sort of variety, it's gonna be that. Just because it's a bit different.
And I think I mentioned this on my video with Jack Brannan, the first ever video I did on this channel about Calais to Duisberg Road. Is the thing I love most about ETS2MP is the sheer variety of trucks, the types of the brands, the models, the kind of colours you get, the shapes and kind of designs you get. I mean, you drive down Calais to Duisberg Road, which is the busiest road. Apart from just the bland white, plain white trailers, you're not going to see exactly the same truck twice, unless they're like related or friends or whatever.
Yeah. It's a very diverse place. You know, you've got loads of different cultures and countries all gathering in one place, and you know, a lot of the enthusiasts like to represent their country through their DLC paint jobs. I personally go around in my little Volvo because it just looks a bit different. Yeah, everyone can see the paint. It's nice.
And everyone recognises it. It's like
exactly.
So
it's the 24S truck basically. But yeah, like there's loads of different cultures and stuff, and people on here, you know, and it's just like it's interesting to see what people can do when given the tools to do something creative.
Very, very, lots and lots of random events. I'm very confused.
I think you got them turned up.
Yeah, I always turn them down. I have them at like lowest point possible because I like them to be like real life. You don't see like 10 different police cars pulled over with 10 different crash cars on one journey.
No.
So I have it the like most minimum, but maybe that's how far we've driven. They just keep popping up.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good to see different cultures. I mean, I don't like every truck I see. Yeah. Because some of them are hideous. But it's interesting to see, like, there's a Bangladesh community that all have their own very fancy paint scheme, and it looks cool. You know, going down C2D road, you see little BTCs together, and they've all got the exact same truck. And they're cool. Seeing such uniformity in a chaos, in pure chaos, is quite cool. And it's, you know, it's nice to see such diversity. Yeah. I mean, it's not something you'd see in a smaller open lobby sessions like, I don't know, Forza and that. Yeah.
Do you kind of, what's the most kind of, except from Bangladesh, like, name me a couple of countries you've seen. So have you seen Australians? Have you seen this? Have you seen that?
I've seen every country and worked with every country pretty much.
Wow.
I do a lot of stuff, I used to do a lot of stuff, a community called GORFR, who are a Brazilian community, largest one in their region. Done bits for British people, Scottish people, French people,
Russian, Russian people.
Yeah, I have done stuff for Russians. Yeah, if there's a country, I've probably collaborated with them, or a member of that country. So yeah, it's cool.
When did you buy Euro Truck Simulator 2?
When it came out in 2012.
And did you see it? Did you see that very same game where it is now? Did you kind of imagine it would kind of explode like it has over the past 5 years?
No, But then again, I was 13 when I bought it, so I didn't really think of what was coming. I was just thinking, oh, this is cool. This is different. Because I mean, I've been playing Sims since like 2009. Yeah, it's the UK Truck Simulator being my first introduction to the series, so probably 2010 actually.
Oh gosh, my first introduction to the series was Euro Truck Simulator 1, the original. And I actually got travel sick because the textures on the road were quite sore.
Pretty naff.
So yeah, I went to bed. I went to bed a couple of nights in a row, and saw my breakfast again. I was like, that was interesting.
Oh, nice.
So I was considering. I wasn't going into Euro Truck Simulator 2 with the best light because I'm like, am I going to be sick again? But I wasn't sick again. They sorted it out. But there is, I think, a tiny weeny section of road with it. And when I do go over it, I'm like, good memories. Good
boys, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Euro Truck is an interesting game because now it's got mod support for multiplayer and stuff like that, you know, you got all these different things going on. It's just interesting. It's just nice to see such a diverse community and, you know, having been a part of this sim for, well, ever since it came out and before, it's nice to see how it's progressed. Yeah. Especially now I've got a wheel.
Yeah. I sometimes hear that roaring away in the background.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that.
But it's also very interesting because you say to someone, if someone says like, what is Euro Truck Simulator, or what is that game you're playing, you say, oh, I drive around Europe in a truck, and it, from the base of it, it sounds very dull, almost boring, almost tedious, but then SCS has done a phenomenal job of making it not tedious. They've made their views bloody spectacular. I mean, they've made these sunsets in the Baltics. I've been speechless at. Well, not literally, but they've made it exciting with all the stuff you can look at and all the stuff you can do. And to be honest, this game is really making me consider: do I want to become a truck driver when I'm in my 30s, 40s, or maybe even 50s?
I mean, I've considered that before, but I wouldn't do it. Not just because of the pressure.
Yeah. Where are you?
I mean, this game is very... I'm getting out of your way.
Oh, okay.
But this game is very... what's the word? It's relaxing, you know? It's not like Call of Duty. It's not intense. You're just driving around. Yeah. And you're still completing an objective. There's just not as much pressure for it.
Yeah, you can... I mean, you can be absolutely shattered. You could have done an all-nighter and drunk 10 bottles of tequila and still drive from Aberdeen down to Dover in one piece.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Depends on what your difficulty's on, but it's very easy.
Yes, it's not a difficult sim.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, it gives you the option to make it on 24S, which is a real test of endurance, and is also just it's pretty cool.
Oh, lucky, eh?
I'd been finished for a minute or two. I just sort of hung around.
I mean, I don't know if I want to say this, but it's probably one of the easiest to pick up simulators ever. I mean, with Farming Simulator, you've got to have at least some knowledge of farming and the equipment, and you've got to press all these random buttons to activate different equipment. With racing games, you've got to have some sort of skill at racecraft. But with Euro Truck, just up, down, left, right, indicate, and handbrake, and that's the only kind of thing you've got to worry about. You're on.
Easy to use, difficult to master. Easy to get the hang of. If you want to nail reverses and fast driving, then it takes a lot of skill and a lot of experience.
You can just press something like easy park or park here or whatever. So you've got that kind of progression. You can it's got so many options that you can you can tailor it to your needs. But the problem with games like F1 2017, 18 and stuff, they give you an AI dial and they give you a slider bar. I have no idea what I am. Am I a 70 or am I a 90? I don't know.
It takes getting used to. But like I said, ETS2 is easy to use, difficult to master. Like, it's one of the more challenging games if you want to play it as by a hard sim that it is. You know, H pattern, shifting gears, clutch, etc. But in terms of just playing it on a keyboard, easy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I mean, you can tell with all my jerky steering things, but I haven't crashed once. I haven't kind of done any weird swerving. But
no.
I don't know. It's with the wheel. It's weird to kind of calibrate it up so I can do exactly. You might want to come off this exit. Yeah, good.
I'm watching your screen share, don't worry.
Oh, so you're driving. Oh yeah, you got two screens here.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's with the wheel. It's nice and easy. I've got one. I'm just driving one-handed right now. One finger on the wheel actually for the past half an hour.
Oh, you always go one finger, don't you? So if you do like this beautiful scenery, this day to night, this whole kind of journey, this 11-part series, then please do watch the stream on the 23rd of February. I will be streaming the whole thing live on YouTube. But if you do miss it, don't worry, I'll upload the whole thing to YouTube after that.
I'm also going to be streaming it, but you're going to see more behind the scenes perspective. So you'll see all the banter and all the arguments and all the fights.
And all the admin,
and all the times I called Josh a knobhead.
Yeah.
That's going to happen a lot.
For the Peggy-friendly content, go for me, and for the raw stuff, raw behind the scenes, go for Wills.
Exactly. Spicy is what I'd call it. Well, I mean, we haven't tried to be family friendly and we're not going to be. So we don't care. Anyway, any more questions about 21st at all?
I don't know if you have one, but like, what's your life motto? What saying or what motto or what saying do you go along by?
No, you'll like this one. I'm not gay, but 20 quid's 20 quid.
You what?
That's my life motto.
And what does that mean? Shed some light.
Oh, well, I'm not going to go into details. Obviously, I don't physically live by it, because that would be called prostitution. But if a bloke offers you 20 quid to do something, yeah, I'm down. Well, I'm not really. But I just find it funny to live by. It's my personality, it's just satire.
I mean, yeah, I think it's. Oh yeah, this is like a one-way system or something. I don't know why we didn't take that exit earlier on. Oh yeah, because we can't go that way.
Because we go down here. Mug. I don't fancy getting banned for wrong-way driving. Do you?
I think I've only ever been banned for being an arsehole, because I tried to start a convoy and then I couldn't reverse with the trailer, and then I was in the totally wrong position. I was probably blocking someone or whatnot, and it was just like, I can't do anything, can you just ban me and then I'll rejoin or something.
My ban history's pretty interesting. Some valid, some not. I was targeted, I think, quite a lot in the 2017.
I mean, I haven't been like banned for a period of time. I've just been kicked or something. Like, I've only ever been kicked, not banned and stuff.
I've not been banned for over a year now. But
oh well, congratulations.
When I was banned, I got loads of bans in a consecutive time period. Some justified, but some were just a bit bullshit.
Yeah.
But then again, that was just how Truckers MP was back in late 2017. I'm not going to go into details on that, but that's how I feel.
What would you like to, what feature or what would you like to see in Euro Truck Simulator 2 and Euro Truck Simulator 2 multiplayer? What kind of features and what do you want to see? What are you praying to the Euro Truck gods for?
It's not something I think about because I appreciate what I've got as opposed to thinking about other things. But if I was, I mean, I'd like to see some older trucks come in. Yeah, whether it's mods on multiplayer or things like that, like the old Volvos, the old Scanias, that sort of thing. More of the old school stuff. And just, I don't know, I haven't really thought about it. Cargo types we got plenty of, I'm happy with what there is. Trailer ownership, got it. Customizable, cool, awesome. Maybe a Volvo tuning pack would be quite cool because, Scania's got one. And my Volvo's in dire need of a facelift. So we're just waiting to see if that happens or not. It's little things, really.
Would you like to see Pro Mods kind of collaborate with Euro Truck Simulator 2? Maybe just like, you know, seeing the whole world map of kind of Europe in real life, but all shrunk down and stuff.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. Oh, one big change I would like to see. This is supported in DirectX 11, so we got better support, because that'd be pretty good. Because right now I'm on a high-end PC with ultra settings, and I'm only getting 60 FPS.
So that's like performance and lag and stuff.
Yeah, 60 FPS is how many frames you can see per second.
Oh, okay.
So for me, it's very smooth.
Yeah.
But my PC on other games on a high thing, like high graphics detail, ultra can do like 100 FPS.
Oh yeah.
And they're on newer games. Whereas this one, because it's on older hardware, it's struggling to render and everything. So they need to bring it to DirectX 11 sort of ASAP, really.
I'd also like to see an improved finance system. So like, if you own a truck, you need to pay tax. You have to insure it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
If you get crashed into, you get money back. But that probably will be very hard to kind of model in, like for compensation and stuff, and taking money out of one account and plonking it in another.
Truck finance would be quite cool. So you, instead of buying a new truck at the start of the game, you actually go down the finance route. You got to get yourself a good credit score, that sort of thing, and then go from there and actually become eligible to
so like if
finance your own vehicle.
If you've crashed a lot, then your insurance will be higher.
And finance is like where you buy a car but you pay it back monthly.
Yeah.
Till I buy now, pay later. So you become eligible for that and go from there, as opposed to just sort of going into a dealership with 100 grand in your pocket and go, right, what can I have?
Yeah. I mean that sort of would filter out. You can kind of maybe you can see with their name, you can see kind of what their credit score is. So if they have like a low credit score, you can know that they're going to be either a little bit bad or a little bit crashy and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like sort of like what racing games are doing now with ratings, but you're still driving with them. You can just see it and stuff.
Oh, credit score and insurance aren't the same thing.
I know.
Credit score is your purchase history and like how good you are repaying. Insurance is something really different.
But
actually, one thing that now I am thinking about it. One thing I would like to see sort of return, sort of, is the ability to buy second-hand vehicles.
Whoopsie.
Because in UK Truck Sim, when you first start out, you had the option to buy like 3 or different used trucks for like 10 grand.
Yeah.
Which were old heaps of shit, but they did the job. It's like I don't know, like an auto trader sort of second-hand truck market would be pretty cool.
Would you like
buy like pre-modified trucks and stuff for like a reduced price?
Would you like a drag race?
I can do.
Go on, it's just straight, totally straight.
Red light, perfect.
I tried that, you know.
Yeah, he made that happen.
Oh yeah, well, look, the speedo's up there. You can see the speed.
Yeah, mate. Be going in a second.
And go! Wow!
See ya! And speeding offence.
30s. We'll probably just put a little replay of you just off you go.
Bugger enough. See ya! And 750 horsepower for you.
Is that your brake light? Oh, that's a bit fancy. You've got like a really long brake light.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Custom trailer. You can go first when it's like turning green. Oh, don't roll forward.
I get that, but the reverse, I kind of stop my truck and then it just rolls back. Like stop.
Mine sometimes just shoots backwards around them, but yeah, so that's what I'd like to see is of the second-hand truck market, the ability to finance vehicles and things like that. Because a new business does not go out and buy like a brand new Scania R off the forecourt
for their brand new driver.
Exactly, they buy second-hand heap of shit and then go from there. That's what I do. What
I'd like to see is kind of company management. So if you hire a driver, then they drive a duplicate of your truck. So if you're driving one day and you see another of your design trucks, you can be like, he works for me.
Oh, I see. So you... Oh, sorry, I thought you meant like company management is in like fire and hire people. You've got
no,
that.
no.
But no, oh, you mean is in like...
Yeah.
Well, you can technically have your trucks all the same, but in terms... It would be cool to see your vehicles physically driving around. That would be pretty cool. That would be a pretty nice touch, but I don't know if that'll ever happen because obviously they've got to implement the AI and keep them rendered permanently. Which if they're like the other side of the map,
Yeah.
not much point. It could really affect the performance, especially on DirectX 9. You know, there's only so much DirectX 9 can do, and SCS are really reaching the limits of it.
That was that was some pretty big banking we just had there.
Yeah, that was pretty severe. Had worse though.
Monza.
Monza, anyone?
Monza.
Ah, yes. The track that makes your car fall apart. Perfect.
So here's a question that I have not yet answered because I was leaving it to last.
All right.
And it's well, hang on, I need to focus. It's very bendy.
It's a straight road. What are you on about?
Oh, well, there was a few corners back then.
A few little kinks. I wouldn't call those corners.
So just tell us about your like hobbies, your home life. What do you do when you're not editing or doing Snowball Media? Or what do you do away from Eurotruck?
I do crack cocaine. There you go. No, I don't do that actually. I don't. My hobby is this. This is what I do for a hobby. Admittedly, it's become a career due to some things that happened early last year, but it's still my hobby. You know, 24S snowball. That is what I do. You know, outside of this, I don't do a lot. I don't go out and party. I don't get drunk. You know, I'm just a very boring person. I prefer to sit at home and edit something cool together that nobody will care about than go out and get wanked and end up in prison. You know, I'm you know, what you see is what you get, pretty much. You know, I work a job that I've just been made redundant from. Going to be starting another one soon. I'm just your average Joe, really. Yeah, I'm still your average Joe, really.
Alright.
Oh, second one.
I know. Just getting prepared.
You'd have failed your test doing that.
Huh?
You'd have failed your test doing that.
I know.
Wee chef.
I've got it on the 30th of January, so if everyone watching this video could just not go on the road on the 30th of January, and
I'm gonna come find you and piss you off.
And just, you know, empty the road so I can, I don't have to deal with anyone else.
Automatic peasant. That's what I shout out the window. I win the horn battle, my good man.
That's not how sound worked. Ew.
Meow. But yeah, so outside of this, I don't do a lot. You know, snowball is my hobby, is what I do. I don't go out on bike rides or anything like that. I fix cars and I swear at people. That's me.
Oh, nice tunnel. What pets do you have?
Pets is, well, I've got 20 cats. We're looking to sell a few though, because, you know, cats get out, end up pregnant, and you end up with more of them. Bastards.
So you have like different kind of cats, dad and mum, and then they had a litter.
Oh yeah, it's always different. Yeah, so we've got 20 cats and a dog.
Is that
one dog? One singular dog.
Is that why I hear metal in the background, just like
yes, she's fucking scratching herself. I can't get rid of her.
Or is that you and your kind of belt chain that you have because you're one of those?
Oh yeah, it's my handcuffs. Yeah, that 20 cats and a dog. That's it. You know, no fuss arsing about.
Have you had any crashes or accidents in your various vehicles, either online or
online? Yes. In real life, not really.
Just bumps and.
I bumped a fence in the Astra not too long ago. Didn't do any damage. Didn't do any damage to anything. So, meh.
What's your biggest accident?
In real life, I haven't had one.
In Eurotruck, sorry.
Oh man, where do I start? I love the tone change there. My favourite, I think it's going to be at 24S. When I was bombing it down a back road, no, motorway, and an admin teleported me into the convoy.
No.
So I smashed into the lead at 100 miles an hour. I just appeared out of nowhere. I went fucking flying across the map. So far, I ended up like, was it 400 miles away from the event when I landed?
Fair enough.
pretty mental. I wonder if anyone got that clip, because I didn't.
Don't worry, guys. You can't teleport. It's just because he's an admin.
I'm not an admin.
Or, like, will be an admin or something.
I'm
You're
not
a boss. You're the boss of 24 hours.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get any admin powers. I'll be a pleb like you lot. I was just teleported by an admin that was hanging around. He was like, oh, I'm going to leave. And almost killed the entire convoy.
Oh dear.
Safe to say he got a bit of a rinsing after 24S. He was not in my good books. Still isn't. Anyway, any other questions at all?
What's your favourite? Give me your top 5 memories of the various 24Ss.
First one, you know, do you want them in order of least to most?
Yeah.
Or
Very
least
nice. Camp
number
vans.
5. Gypsies. Anyway.
Number 5.
Number 5, what would that be? I don't really have a top 4 or 5, I don't really think about it, I just enjoy the event.
Oh.
But if there had to be, number 5 would have to be when all the times that George, one of our convoy controllers, says something completely out of context or something that's random. 4 would be... Ooh, well, this is genuinely difficult because I don't really think about it. My favourite memory would be when we reached the goal of the first fundraiser.
Oh,
you know, the first fundraiser, and we actually did it. It was like, we good boys. Second would be when we did it in 2017, and third would be when we did it in 2018. And I actually had a bit of a cry.
Oh, because it went so well, or?
Yeah, it was just, you know, overwhelming. And the fourth would probably be all the countless accidents I've been involved in as a result of either my own stupidity or someone else's. And then 5 is obviously just, I think it's not a single memory, it's sort of, that's sort of more what I love about the event. You know, the first time, second time, third time, and then there's the, you know, random crap that happens, because there's not one single random moment I can think of that I like more than others.
Yeah.
And then it's just the random shit that's said on stream, you know, just, it gives us the ability to just chat whatever we want, and we don't really care.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Just get away from the family for 24 hours.
Pretty much, yeah. That's my top 5 anyway, if you can call it that.
Now, if you're wondering why real life truckers drive for 10, 11 hours and then take a break and then continue and stuff and so on, from what I know, or I think, we take a break every hour or so. I think we take a 15 to 30 minute break every hour, or maybe every 2 hours, just so that we don't get like brain dead or whatnot.
But on what? 24S or in real life?
24S.
Yeah, 24S, it'll be 2 hour routes followed by a half hour interval, or 1 hour if it's like, say, lunch, dinner, breakfast, that sort of thing. It's just so that we don't end up like dragging on for too long, and the convoy controllers can come and go. It's also so we can modulate who goes where. Like, our event controllers aren't going to be there for the whole event.
Yeah.
So they decide which routes they can do, and then they stay to the end of that, and then they disappear. It just make it more organised, because if we made it a constant stream, you'd have to constantly keep cycling people around, and then issues are going to happen, and then you're going to have convoy controllers where you shouldn't, and none where you should. And it just makes it a bit more organised to give yourself like half an hour just to set up.
And you might get bored of the truck in front of you very, very quickly. Like, I've seen you for the past 22 hours.
Yes, I mean, yeah, it gives people a chance to come and go, plan out when they're going to arrive and when not to. Obviously, having a schedule means that you'll know roughly where we are, depending on what route we're on and far into that route we are. And it just makes things a bit more organised. Plus, I mean, there's no way anybody could drive for 24 hours without having like a couple of breaks here and there. I couldn't do it. Even the whole event, I can stay awake for that long, but I couldn't drive for that long. No way.
I mean, even if you're like just a keyboard John like me, like, you know, you've got to have some sort of kind of focus to try not to crash into the truck in front of you and to keep you on the road.
Man's got a wank at some point.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
I mean, Senka just does it while she's driving along. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Senka, if you're watching this. I see what you're doing. I've seen your circuit shit. Naughty boy. Oh, I got booked.
That might have been exactly the same time.
Yes. But yes, we split it into routes for organisational purposes, and also just because, you know, I'd like to have a break at some point, go and have a nibble.
Wank.
That as well. Go for a cheeky tug.
Is there a petrol station near here? Because I'm really low on fuel.
We passed one not too long ago.
Okay, you can do some gymkhana in the container port.
We.
You.
We, yes, in French, mate. Get on my level.
Oui. Tell us more about your cars, because you have, I think, 3 cars. You have Scotty.
3 currently?
Yeah.
No, Scotty's not mine anymore. Astra's not mine.
Oh yeah, because you gave it to him. Yes, I remember that. Very, very
I
emotional
own a
video.
2001 Skoda Octavia 1U Generation 1, whatever you want to call it. Standard diesel injection, so no turbo, 1.9 with 150,000 miles on the clock. That's my daily driver. I've got a Corsa C SXI from 2003. Good job, man.
Oh no. Did that go wrong?
Yeah, you try to pretty much roll. Yeah, I've got a Corsa C from 2003, which I got recently, which is a little project I'm working on. And I've got a 1998 plate Corsa B base model, which I'm doing a full rebuild on later this year. I also did own a couple of other like Saabs and stuff, but they've all gone now. And a van for a little while, but that's gone too.
Would you ever do visual modifications? Would you ever not fully rice, but would you ever kind of add visual enhancements to a car?
Not excessively. I like to be low key.
Yeah.
So like I do window tinting and colour code the bumpers and, you know, headlight changes. I'm thinking of doing one on the Skoda currently.
Very nice.
If I can find something, but obviously Skodas aren't exactly known for modifications, so there you go. And I do subtle things to make a car look more modern, but I wouldn't do like body kits and massive wings.
Yeah, obviously not. No, I'm not saying like that big. I'm saying I'm not saying definitely not that big. No way. I'm not saying.
I mean, I'm thinking on my Project Corsa, the blue one, the 1998 plate. I'm thinking of doing colour-coded bumpers and a roof spoiler, like one that just hangs off the edge like a ducktail.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of doing that. And with the SXI 2003, I'm thinking of new headlights, tinted windows. I'm not going to change the rims, but I'll make them like a gunmetal grey colour as opposed to that light grey they are, because they look a bit weird. And maybe vinyl wrap that, I'm thinking, because I don't like silver. So I might do like a vinyl wrap just to make it look a bit different. That sort of thing.
So, how far back do you go? No, I don't know how to say it. How far destroyed do you go? Because Samcrack goes from basically the shell of the car and then repairs the whole engine and very, very many body panels and stuff. Like, how much can you repair and how much are you willing to repair?
I've not been doing this long. The Astra is my first successful project. The others have all failed. I've done, but the Corsa B. It may not look like in photos that it's got a lot of work to do, but I have to take that back to a rolling shuttle. Well, you know, interior out, engine out, everything gone. So I'm willing to do a full body rebuild if it's the right car. But in terms of buying from an auction, like an accident damaged car, I would avoid frame damage because frame damage is expensive. But I mean, if it's, you know, bodywork, fire, I'd do it. I'd rebuild it. I'd give it a go anyway. I don't know if I could do it, but I mean, I'd certainly take on the challenge. I'm not a professional mechanic at all. So yeah, that's what I'd do anyway.
I'm just searching for petrol. There's a petrol station.
There's one in here, I think. There's one just down the road, yeah.
Yeah, in Oakley-de-Doo-Doo.
There we go.
Would you ever kind of buy a base model car and kind of turn it into a fully legal race car?
Yes, I'm thinking of doing that currently, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that currently. I'm debating it. There's a car auction I found which is quite nice. It's a BMW 3 Series.
Ooh, yeah.
I think it's the diesel. It's basically, you know, it's got similar body to an M3, but it's the 330D base model, and I'm thinking of turning into a diesel track car. But whether I buy it or not remains to be seen.
Are you going to just add an M badge? Because that's what everyone does. Add the.
No, I wouldn't be a cock. No. I'd set it up to perform well on circuit. So that car I did was that estate car there.
What racetracks? What famous racetracks have you been to, if any?
A couple. Brands Hatch, Silverstone. But part of my job that I've just joined means that I go to a fair few more. What? How do you manage that? Not only did you... Right, just carry on that way. I wouldn't even bother.
Nobody's going to notice that I damaged a bollard.
Well, my screen just went through it, but you see, I checked it properly.
Oh, no. I'm getting homesick. I want to go back to the UK.
Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, my new job that I've got involves me going to a lot of different racetracks and doing research for them. So.
Oh, isn't that like LiDAR or something?
No, I can't tell you. Imagine we fuel off there. Cheeky little refuel with the lads. Oh, I'm running backwards. Yeah, any other questions at all? Or?
Have you been abroad? To abroad like circuits?
No foreign circuits. No foreign circuits as of currently.
Are you planning to take one to the Nurburgring?
I'm planning to take the Skoda for a lap around the Nurburgring for a while. That's funny. Which that would be pretty cool. Oh, I've crashed. No, man.
What do you look for? Like, do you like YouTube? Do you watch? Do you follow a certain type of YouTuber?
I follow several. I follow Jimmy Broadbent for his sim racing stuff and auto auction rebuilds. I'm watching currently. What else?
Dear.
Samcrack and Savart. Good job, man.
I knocked over a sign.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, my view base is very varied. I watch things from Jimmy Broadbent to auto auction rebuilds, Tavares for their car rebuilds because they're quite cool. You are hopeless at corners. Anyway. And I also watch a bit Pyrocynical every now and again. Call me Kevin. You know, I just watch what I find entertaining, which is a very varied and very different style to some other people. See, that's me anyway. Have you got more questions about 21st at all, or is that all?
I think that's all of my questions, but I might just wing it now and just go for it. I mean, you wing it, so...
Yeah, but I've got some experience winging it.
Now, the question is, do you have any questions for me? Because let's just turn this round.
Let's ask the questions. I ask the questions here, boy. No, not really. I haven't thought about any. So, I mean, what are you looking forward to about 21st the most?
Probably just meeting so many new people. Meeting new people, getting to the end. Probably is... I don't know, is it about the destination or is it about the journey? I think it's about the journey. And
yeah, the destination doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
It's Helsinki to Helsinki.
How does that? Oh yeah, okay, so we're doing a whole lap of Europe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. So I don't care like where the destination is, but I think making friends, talking to people, meeting people, getting people to like my truck, meeting potential subscribers, because you know it's 2 months away. Like people will subscribe.
Yes, exactly.
So meeting people who actually like me.
Please like me. I feel very lonely.
Yeah. And seeing some pretty beautiful places of Europe I haven't visited. I mean, I've recorded on this channel everywhere I've been. So I've not been anywhere else. Oh look, there's a little convoy here. What are you doing?
Hey, it's the boys.
The
Not
boys?
Don't scare me by doing that, buddy.
The boys?
I don't know, it's just a bunch of lads, isn't it?
Okay. No, so probably seeing as I said, seeing some very beautiful places in Europe, because I've only all the videos I've uploaded on this channel are where I've been. I haven't been Italy, and I haven't really touched France that much.
No. Well, 24S is more sort of exploring those places you wouldn't normally.
Yeah.
You know, so like when you're playing the game, you're normally taking a direct route to a location.
Yeah.
You're not thinking, oh, what's down there?
Yeah.
At least that's how I play the game. So 24S gives us the option to go down some roads we haven't explored before. Well, at least you haven't. We have, obviously. But, and just find out what's down there and have a new experience too. And also you get to meet some really nice people. Like 24S has introduced me to a whole range of different people. It's quite cool.
Like I can imagine you being the boss in all.
In what?
You being the boss and all. You.
Oh yeah.
And there's a person down there.
Hello. I just got one of the big boy trailers.
Ah.
Look at the size of that trailer. Jesus.
I missed it, so I might need to.
One of the HGTs. It was 2 full trailers. It's pretty cool.
Ah, we're coming up to Turku, which is very, very near to Helsinki.
Yep.
So, some little statistics for you. It is under a month until my driving test on 30th of January. So
spicy.
That's very, very exciting. It's February 23rd, so it's about a month and 23. Oh no, a month and 22
days.
A month and 22 days. So some maths genie can comment in the comments.
Brain power, activate.
Can comment how many days, hours, weeks, and la-di-da that is. 19 days until my birthday, which means I'll be an 18-year-old, so I'll be able to.
He can lose his virginity. Oh wait, no.
I can just do absolutely everything now. I can be a fully fledged adult.
He is adulted. He is at level 2.
Yay! But that doesn't mean I'm mentally an adult. I mean,
no, I'm not. I'm 20 on the day of 24S, and I'm not going to be an adult.
I mean, I can assure you, the second I turn 18, I'm going to down a bottle of Prosecco and pass out a week later.
Oh yes. Drink driving at 24S. I can see that happening.
Drink driving.
24S is on my birthday, which is pretty funny.
Oh, how ironic.
I know, we didn't even realise that until after we set the date again.
Right, when are the rules coming out? Because you always publish the rules, regulations, and the routes and everything. When's all that coming out?
Well, we're writing them this week,
Ah.
and they should be ready by the middle of next week. So it's sort of any time by the end of January, really.
So yeah, look out for that.
Promotional videos coming out in the next 24 hours or so at the time of this video recording, which is the 2nd of January at 7:45.
Oh wow, you even know the time. I'm useless at multitasking. I can't type and write. I can't shift tab and write. I can't alt. I can't alt tab and write. I can't even turn and drive. I mean, I knocked down a sign, and the Baltic government are going to be after me.
So get the mob on him. But yes, so the promotional video is going to be out very soon. It's done, it's uploaded, we're just writing all the description for it and all the cool bits and bobs to add to it.
What can we look forward to in February? So you've got those 23 days before 24S starts. What can we do? How do we not get bored? How do we contain our excitement?
Follow our Facebook page quite simply, because we'll be posting updates and stuff we're doing. We're going to upload some photos of us doing route prep, or some scenery we found on the routes. We're hoping to upload a couple of little teaser trailer videos, like, I don't know, the trucks or something. Whether that happens or not is yet to be seen. But we're going to keep the 24S page is the best place to be one, up to date with what's going on, and two, do my lights turn off? No. And two, we do a lot of shit posting on there. We make memes of our stuff like that.
And that's where Snowball shit posting comes from.
Yes. we forget that page exists.
Oh, well, I just tagged them into a post. Oh dear, was that useless?
I dread to think what my guys are going to comment. You know, they're quite brutal on there because it's, you know, it's a page where we just nothing really is wrong. You know, you just do what you want. Pretty funny.
Now, the question is, without you, do you think 24S would exist? Do you think someone would come along with this idea and go,
you might cut out then. Whoa.
Huh? Oh god, you okay? Are you okay? Boof.
And we're back. Again. But, I'm sorry, what was your question? Hello.
So, my question was, without you... Oh, hang on, there you go. Without you, do you think 24S would exist? So, do you think someone would be like, charity, Euro Truck Simulator, that's a good idea? Like, do you think
24S wouldn't exist, no. But the 24-hour fundraiser, they do exist. I mean, that sounds very big-headed, but 24S is something I made based on my personality. So, I mean, maybe the event would exist under a different name.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't really be the event, because 24S is very unique to me and my style.
So, it's like Top Gear, if you will. I keep on... or Grand Tour, or whatever you want to call it. It's,
Once Top Gear got rid of Jeremy Clarkson and that, they weren't Top Gear anymore.
Yeah,
and I think if I was to leave 24S, the event would continue.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have the same style. It would take on the personality of the next person that runs it.
Me.
So, I mean,
because I'm young.
We couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery.
Agreed.
But yeah, I mean, 24-hour fundraisers are bound to exist in Truckers and P. You know, there's others. But my particular style would not, I don't think. I'm trying to... It's a question that it's quite hard to answer without sounding really big-headed.
Yeah.
So I think that's still the best answer I can give is, yes, it would still exist, but not as 24S probably. And it wouldn't be like it is. It would be very different because obviously it'd be somebody else planning it, not me.
Right.
I think that's the best way to explain it.
We take 2 exits and we've arrived at Helsinki. The Helsinki? No. Helsinki, which is the start point of 24S, the event we've been talking about this whole time.
24S, the Grand Tour.
The Grand Tour.
We haven't talked much about the charity, to be fair. We haven't talked much about that, which is quite surprising.
I mean, where did the charity itself kind of pop up? Or is the 24... Yeah, because it's a charity, because you make donations. Where did it all kind of pop up? Where did it all kind of appear? When did it blow up?
It was a random idea we had, because when we came up with 24S, obviously it's not the original charity fundraiser, I'm never going to say that, it wasn't. All of 64 had been around the year before it. But it was we saw that all these events were very strict, very professional. We just thought, why not do something a bit different and make it something that's not so serious and is more like you're sitting at home with your family watching the telly, you know, that sort of thing. You know, it's just it's organised, obviously, but you know the way you intake that entertainment is different. And we thought, well, could that be something that takes off? And sure enough, it did.
How many people watched last year? I mean, there's an X amount of people took part, but how many people watched?
My stream, I think we peaked at 50, 60 viewers, which is a lot for a live stream of a small caliber. But in total, I mean, I don't know the statistics, but I'd guess 200-300. Which for a stream that doesn't get many views or follows it's not bad. It's impressive.
Simulators and stuff or the whole gaming kind of simulator niche is very, very small.
Well, there are people that do truck sim streaming bigger and better. You know, you've got Cruel that does Truckers MP stuff, you've got Squirrel that does the single player stuff. So becoming known is very difficult. Yeah. You know, it's not easy. But yeah, I mean, my streams do quite well. I don't stream anymore, not really. But my stream does well when it's live for 24S, and I'm quite happy with that.
Do you recall the kind of turnout for each year?
First year was 90 something, Second year we actually had lower numbers, but they stayed longer.
Yeah.
So second year was like 70, but it stayed like that for a while.
Yeah.
And then last year we had 110.
It kind of blew up. How many?
They stayed, and we had a high number. We had about 30-40 people at 3 o'clock in the morning in our time zone, which is very impressive. And then they all came back again.
Ah, okay. So
we got a good 70-80 people at the end, which is quite cool.
So do people how do people catch up with the convoy if it's already how do people catch up with the convoy if it's already gone past and they've gone to bed or something?
Well, the website we've got where you can view all the routes, or we'll be able to view all the routes and where we are, the schedule, that sort of thing. It'll be in GMT time zone, so obviously adjust it to your own. My stream will show the exact location of the event pretty much, and I'll also regularly update people on where we are, what we're doing. And
there's also this website called ETS2MP, and I know it's extremely out of date, but if
ETS2 map.
Yeah, ETS2 map, sorry. But if we're on the base map, then that might be interesting to look at.
No, I don't think that would work, because it would have to support the server, which I don't think it would. So that probably isn't an option, and it doesn't work very well anyway. So
yeah.
But there's plenty of ways to find out. My stream will show the location for constantly. I'll be saying where we are. We've got the event website for stuff like that.
Oh, sorry.
I plan to have some moderators. Fine. I plan to have some moderators for the Facebook page that post every start and end of a route, where they are, what we're doing. So, like for example, we are now starting Route 1.
Yeah.
We should be at such and such in such and such time. We are now on a break. So that will structure where we are, and if people follow the page, the last post will be where we are currently and what we're doing. So then they can sort of put two and two together. Now, finding the exact location, that's just sort of a bit of guesswork, and you might have to ask some of the event staff. They're all friendly.
How many are you expecting this year?
It's hard to judge, because 21st is very different to last, because obviously it's a new chapter, it's a new beginning.
Yeah.
But last year we had 120, but the video views is the most interesting part, and that might affect the turnout, I don't know. Yeah. This year, our first fundraiser was the race, as you know, and that video had 10,000 views. Which, in comparison to our main video last year, this is on Facebook, by the way, not the YouTube. YouTube got about 80. But in comparison to last year's, we had about 300 for the main fundraiser video on there. So for our smaller event to become more popular than the main, I have high hopes that we could maybe reach 150. I'm hoping that'd be quite nice. I'd like to see 150. Whether it happens or not remains to be seen. But I'd just like to meet the number we had before, and that I'm quite happy with that personally.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That was the journey from Valmiera up to Helsinki port with Will, the boss, creator and founder of Snowball Media.
Yes.
And it's been an absolute pleasure, so absolutely 100 thank yous to him.
Thank you for hosting me.
You're very welcome. And wow.
I'm being a big boy with my wheel. Oh, bollocks it. Oh, we'll go this way, it's fine, don't worry about it.
So this has been probably go somewhere a little bit quieter. In the boat would be nice. Just see Will over there messing about. So this has been a absolutely monumental road trip. It's absolutely unbelievable to think that in February at this port it will be absolutely cram-packed with millions, well no, not millions, but
millions
hundreds,
of victims.
hundreds and hundreds of thousands of trucks, thanks to Will and his absolutely amazing charity work and stuff.
My team. I'm not the only one doing this. My team.
Will and his Snowball Media, his company, and all the other guys, all the Convoy kind of applicants or something.
They are all big boys.
Yeah, all the big boys. will be cramped here on February 23rd for one hell of a charity event. And please do, if you can't make it, if you're not gonna do 24 hours or whatever, please do donate anyway. I'll probably link in the link. I'll put a link in the description below. But yeah, that has been an absolutely monumental journey. I'm probably gonna drive up here just to park myself, just because I don't know if I'm gonna come back to Euro Truck Simulator after this. But yeah, that has been an absolutely wonderful interview. Thank you so much for joining us.
No worries, thank you for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. And as I always say, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment whatever you want, naughty and nice. Do it. And thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.